I was a loser. Chapter 1. The School Beauty's Good-for-Nothing Fiancé. Translated by Fong Tao Tao. Background music. NCS.
Donghai University, teaching Building A, the amphitheater-style classroom. Here, thrumming with youthful energy, students lounged in small clusters, some idly chatting, while others hunched over their phones or computers. Among them, a young man sitting in the front row was engrossed in his work, furiously scribbling calculations on a scrap of paper. Sweat was beading on his forehead. This young man was Lin Mu, a 20-year-old sophomore at Donghai University. He stood at a modest 175 centimeters tall, with clean-cut short black hair, and although not strikingly handsome, had a clear set of features. Yet compared to his peers' leisurely demeanor, Lin Mu seemed to be struggling. Donghai University was known for its high standards and reputation, even among all institutions of higher education in Huaxia. As an introverted and somewhat rigid-minded person, Lin Mu was used to immersing himself in books rather than applying knowledge flexibly. In elementary and middle school, Lin Mu's diligence allowed him to rank high in his class. However, in high school and college, everything changed. As the depth and complexity of knowledge increased, talent became an increasingly prominent factor. Lin Mu, who barely made it into Donghai University, clearly lacked the innate ability compared to his gifted peers. While other students could easily juggle play and study, he needed to give 120, even 200% effort. Yet even with such exertion, he still lagged behind his peers. As the classroom became more lively, and beads of sweat gathered on Lin Mu's forehead, 5 girls suddenly walked into the room. Although the other 4 were quite pretty, they paled in comparison to the girl in front. The moment the 5 girls stepped in, the chatter in the classroom subsided. After a brief pause, whispers filled the room.
Isn't that Ch.001, a first-year student? She's stunning. I heard that she was voted as the school's top beauty as soon as she enrolled. She's so beautiful. Why did she choose to attend Donghai University? She should have gone to a school for film and performing arts. Maybe she's one of those legendary beauties with brains. But why is she here? This is a sophomore public class. What's a first-year student doing here?
Ch.001, standing by the door, slightly furrowed her smooth forehead as she heard the whispers. Just 19 this year, she was admitted to the business administration program at Donghai University with her own ability and outstanding academic performance. However, her name had already spread across the campus a few days after her enrollment. Many students might not have seen her in person, but there were few who hadn't heard of her. The reason was undoubtedly her outstanding beauty. Her long, silky black hair flowed down her back, her delicate features perfectly proportioned, and a small beauty mark rested under her rosy lips. Standing at 170 centimeters tall, she had slender legs and a figure that curved in all the right places. No matter what angle you looked at her from, she was perfect, the so-called flawless beauty. Ignoring the students' whispers, Ch.001's eyes scanned the classroom and immediately landed on Lin Mu in the front row. He was too noticeable, being the only one sitting alone. Her eyes cooled at the sight of the engrossed Lin Mu. One of the girls named Wang stepped forward, narrowing her eyes at Lin Mu and wearing a mocking smile.
Ch.001, this is the guy you mentioned, right? He's indeed nothing special. It's hard to believe you're engaged to such a person.
Even if I have to remain single for the rest of my life, I will never marry someone like him,
Ch.001 retorted disdainfully. Upon hearing this, the other girls burst into laughter. Wang walked up to Lin Mu, and with a sudden thump of her hand on the desk, she startled him so much that he almost dropped his pen.
You, move to the back. We're taking these seats.
Seeing the unexpected appearance of the girl in front of him, Lin Mu seemed a bit taken aback. He glanced around and hesitated before saying,
There are other vacant seats, aren't there? We want to sit here. The view from the front row is better.
Wang glanced at Lin Mu's draft, her smirk growing at the sight of the calculus problems.
You can't even solve a simple calculus problem. You're wasting such good seats. You should just go sit in some unoccupied corner. Lin Mu turned to look at Ch.001, her face indifferent, his grip tightening on his pen. Just as he was about to say something, he was shoved from behind, and a male student he didn't recognize stood up.
The beauty has spoken. Just move. Man, you're getting in the way.
Seeing the students around him starting to jeer, Lin Mu felt indignant, but being introverted by nature, he wasn't one to argue. He quickly gathered his textbooks and notes. Instead of changing seats, Lin Mu left the classroom altogether. Ch.001 watched as Lin Mu walked past her, shaking her head slightly as her gaze grew even colder.
What a worthless person, she muttered.
Wang Yi shook her head disdainfully as she watched Lin Mu walk out in silence.
How could someone like him get admitted to Donghai University? Have they lowered their admission standards?
Who knows? Du Xiaoyan responded with an indifferent smile. As long as I can cancel this engagement, I couldn't care less about where he studies.